The first one is embracing the season that you're in. God has a plan for your life. We know this, okay? Jeremiah 29:11, I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. Psalm 138:8 says, the Lord, plain and simple, okay? The Lord will fulfill his promise and his purpose for me. But God, he doesn't just have a plan for you. He doesn't create this plan for your life and this destiny, these dreams, just to dangle in front of you and go, hope you can make it. Hope you can get here. He actually wants you to be successful. When he says to you, I want you to go out and to heal the sick and to raise the dead, to take care of the orphans and the widows, when he says these things, he's not saying it going, and I hope you can figure that out. Good luck. He's saying, I want to walk this out with you. I want to carry you through this. I want to be right there next to you, and I want you to succeed at this. I want you to do it well. I don't want you to crumble under the pressure. I don't want you to give in to fear. I don't want you to give in to any outside circumstance that may try to bring you down. I'm going to go to Isaiah 55, verse 10. As the rain and the snow come down from heaven and do not return to it without watering the earth and making it bud and flourish, so that it yields seed for the sower and bread for the eater, so is my word that goes out from my mouth. It will not return to me empty, but will accomplish what I desire and achieve the purpose for which I sent it. The Father's saying right there, the words that I have spoken, the promises that I have made to you, I want to see those through to completion. And I want to see you not just achieve it, but to flourish, to succeed, to do it well. This is the heart of the Father. And in order to be able to do that, we have got to be able to embrace every season we're in, no matter what that looks like. I can remember one time I was in this season. It's probably the first time in my life that I really felt that I was distinctly in a desert season. And I was moping around completely miserable. God, you have abandoned me. Where have you gone? I can't hear you. I can't see you. I'm lost in the desert. Has anyone ever felt that way? Tell the truth. I mean, come on. And 3 times, so the first person comes up to me and they're like, Kim, I was praying for you and I felt like I had this word. And the Lord gave me this verse. It's Hosea 2:14. And Hosea 2:14, well, actually, let me just go there because it's really good. Hard turning with one hand here. There we go. Therefore, I am now going to allure her. I will lead her into the desert and speak tenderly to her. There I will give her back her vineyards and will make the valley of Achor, which means trouble. In the valley of trouble, I will make a door of hope, and there she will sing as in the days of her youth. This whole thing is talking about the desert being an invitation to come into a place of intimacy, to go deeper in intimacy with the Lord. And they give me this verse, and I read it, and I'm kind of like, yeah, thanks. I'm in the desert. I know that. Thank you. And then a few days later, another person comes up to me. Kim, I was praying for you. The Lord gave me a verse, Hosea 2. And I said, stop right there. 2:14. Yep, that's the verse. I'm like, yeah, thanks. All right, walk away. Then the third person comes up to me. Kim, I got a verse for you. Let me guess, Hosea 2:14. Yes. But also, I found this little article that I want you to read. This little article was all about Hosea 2:14. And it was talking about the desert being a place of intimacy. That it's really an invitation that the Lord has extended to you to say, all right, guess what? I have just given you an invitation to come in deeper, to press in, to come into a new place of intimacy, a time of learning to see and to hear in a whole new way. It's him saying, baby, guess what? I'm taking you to a whole new level. That's what's happening in that moment. And suddenly when it hit me, I was like, I got this. Okay, I see what's going on here. And I embraced that season I was in. There was a time, it was probably the third year that American Idol was running. I had these crazy friends who thought it would just be so fun to enter my name into this competition in Northern California where the winner gets a guaranteed audition for the producers of the show. And my friends put me in the car. They're like, hey, we're going to Chico for the day. It's going to be fun. Okay, I'm thinking shopping. And we show up at the TV studio, and I'm like, what are we doing here? They're like, well, Kim, we put your name in this thing, and we signed you up to audition for this. And I'm like, what? And I was so embarrassed, and I felt really shy, and I didn't want to go and do it. And they just kind of like, the peer pressure thing, I gave in. So I go, and I auditioned for this, and there was so many people. And I'm thinking, there's so many people here, so many singers. This is not going to happen. And I totally won. And so now I'm like, now I've got this audition where I'm going to go and sing for the producers of the show. And I don't even know if I want to do this. This just happened. And everyone is coming up to me. People are coming out of the woodworks, and they're giving me prophetic words of, you're gonna go and you're gonna win American Idol and everyone is gonna have revival on TV. And I mean, there was a lot of pressure on me. A lot of pressure. It was basically, Kim, you're gonna go win American Idol and save the universe. That's how it felt. It was a lot of pressure. And this is a long time ago, mind you, okay? And I was really nervous. We're flying to Atlanta. Atlanta was where I was having the audition. And the whole way over there, I'm praying and I'm like, God, I don't know if I'm actually ready for something like this. I feel really nervous and afraid, and I don't know if this is right. And I know this is going to sound crazy, and this is only the second time I've shared this publicly because I know it sounds crazy, but I don't care, whatever. You can think whatever. But I really felt like the Lord said to me, if you want this, I'll give this to you. What would you like? And I felt like, is this a trick question? Is this a test? Am I being tested? What's the right answer here? And we get into the audition. I'd brought a girlfriend with me. And the way that they'd set it up was, were there other people like me who had won this guaranteed audition for the producers of the show. And they set us up where it was 1, 2, 3, 3 people in a row. We're labeled number 1, number 2, number 3. And there was maybe 20 of us back like this, all in a row. And I'm towards the back. And it is happening so fast. You get up in front of the producers and they go, 1, sing. Thank you. 2, sing. Thank you. 3, sing. Thank you. No, yes. I mean, it is that quick. So quick. And I'm standing in the back and I still don't know what to do. I don't even know what song I'm going to sing. That's how crazy this is in this moment. I'm so panicked. And I felt like the Lord said, Kim, if you sing this song, you're going to go through. And if you sing this song, you won't go through. What would you like? And I am feeling the pressure. I don't know what to choose. And I get up there, and I was in the middle. And when they get to me, in the last second, the moment they said my number, I chose the song that I knew wouldn't put me through. And I sing the song, and they went 1, no, 3, yes, 2. And they just stopped and stared at me. And then the producer, it was a woman in the middle, she looks at me and she goes, I don't know why, but I just can't take you. And I could tell by the look on her face, I felt in that moment, it was a God moment, you know? I sat there, I felt a sigh of relief. I felt like I knew this was God. I knew this was the right thing. And just the look on her face and just her kind of confusion, the fact that she was speaking to me in that moment and they hadn't done that with anybody else, I knew this was a God moment. And I walked away and I felt this relief, like I knew this wasn't the right time. I knew it wasn't the right thing. And when I got home, it was a little awkward in that I actually called Banning on my way back home to California. And I was telling him that I was afraid to come home. I was afraid to face all the people. And I felt like I'd let everybody down because everyone had these huge, high expectations of me. And I had made a choice that I felt like nobody would understand. And he's like, you don't have to explain your choice to anybody. You don't have to explain what happened. And he just was like, you know, being a father, he's like, we love you. You're fine. You're okay. Come on back. I get home and there'd be this awkward moments, people running up to me, so? And I'd be like, no. And they're like, oh, okay. Awkward moments, but I lived through it. And what I'm trying to say is, I look back at my life between now and that time, and the journey that the Lord has brought me on, I don't know that if I had gone through and if I had made it, I don't think I would have survived. I don't even know if I would still be a Christian. I think I would have crumbled under that pressure. I don't think that I would have been able to handle that world. Am I making sense right now? I look back at what the Lord has brought me through, and I can see all these moments in my life, these seasons that he brought me in that were so necessary to where I am now in my life. That God, he's saying, I want you to be successful. I don't want you to crumble under the pressure. I can say even now that what I do now and the blessing I have of getting to travel around the world and to lead worship, and I can feel in those moments when I walk up on the stage and you have a choice, you're faced with a decision. I'm gonna get really real right now, okay? That decision became really real when we were in Chicago. It was our first huge event, 15,000 people. It's the biggest Jesus culture event, and it felt really special because it's our event, you know? And the moment I'm about to walk up on the stage and everyone's going nuts, and I know in that moment that I could just give in to the pressure that I feel, and I could just sing the songs that everybody loves. I could sing Rooftops and How He Loves, and go through the songs, and no one would think anything because it's so exciting and everyone loves those songs. Or I can choose not to give in to that pressure, and I can choose to press in to the Lord and ask him, what are you saying? What are you doing tonight? What do you want to accomplish tonight? And how can I help you? How can I partner with you? But that pressure, the different things that you face, the obstacles that you come up against, God wants to set you up so that when you get to those things, that you make the right choice. You make the right decision. And it's not always the easy decision, and it may not always be the decision that everybody understands, but it's the decision that he will be there with you and back you up. He'll get your back and he'll walk it out with you. Embrace every season.